if we're ever going to select a representative for the headlines on the international stage, we would gladly recommend the headline queen. I'm talking about none other than TK. So welcome back to Sunrise.
She's a headline queen for life. Controls like that.
Her name is TK. If you're just joining, welcome. You have joined the right time because it's time for headlines.
You don't have any sense in this place.
That's why we're counting on you to bring some sense to this segment
so
for us.
And that I shall. Okay, it's needed. Great morning.
Good morning.
Let's talk headlines. A new mayor is in town. Okay, a new mayor is in town. People's National Party Councillor for the Vineyard Town Division, Andrew Swaby, officially took the reins of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation on Tuesday afternoon, marking a new chapter in the city's governance. The swearing-in ceremony was previously scheduled for last Thursday, but had to be delayed pending at least two magisterial recounts. Former Mayor Councillor Delroy Williams is the new deputy, as whenever there's a tie, the party with the popular vote chooses the mayor and the minority, the deputy. Also sworn in after retaining his mayoral position in the city municipality of Portmore is the People's National Party's Leon Thomas. Meanwhile, PNP's President Mark Golding expressed confidence that all 40 KSAMC councillors will do right by the people. So, of course, you know, with the local government elections recently, there are the ties and then the recounts and the confusion and then the not confusion. And then, so now the people are in the positions that there's no confusion anymore.
And that's why I said finally, because after all the deliberations, after all the to-ing and fro-ing, we can now announce and officially recognize the new mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew.
I really want to have a serious conversation about it, but I cannot believe what the outfits that we're still wearing in 2023 with all of the this and the that and the robe. I mean, it's so...
Tami,
I'm sorry, 2024. We're in 2024. And it's, yes, it is. Because I'm like...
that you're focusing on, young lady?
Because I'm like, is this really where we're still at?
I like the look and the camaraderie. I like the fact that I saw former mayor and now deputy mayor Williams hugging and cheering on, because that's exactly what they need to do, is to hug, cheer on, and
work together.
That's what we need.
That's what we need.
It's not happening. We want to see it because it's going to make sense for all of us.
Agreed.
And that's why it's so close. I said it before, I'm saying it again. That's why it's so close. It reminds us that, hey, it's balanced, and therefore make balanced decisions that will benefit the country, not just the party.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely. And so, that's what's happening for KSMC and Portmore.
And Portmore for sure.
And let's talk, of course, budget was the name of the game yesterday. 1.3 trillion national budget, $1.3 trillion national budget. So the Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark, opened the national budget debate yesterday and shared how his party, the JLP, intends to spend the $1.3 trillion budget for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. Of course, we're going to have some more details later on, but some of the information coming out of this debate: as of April 2024, the income tax threshold will increase from $1.5 million to $1.7 million. No guarantors will be needed for loans received from the Student Loans Bureau. Also, as of April, the duty-free threshold for imports will increase from $50 to $100, and the duty-free allowance on household and personal items will increase from $500 to $1,000. Of course, a lot more coming out of it, and a lot more will be discussed, but just a few snippets from that budget debate.
Perfect.
Well, some things are already sounding good. Of course, take-home pay is always a consideration for those who fall within the threshold, and if they hear that they can take home additional pay, and it has been increased from 1.5 to 1.7 million. That's good news for them. They have more money in their pockets, you know. Also, there are loans coming into the airport. Because, you know, this $500 and it's a 100% increase. That's good. That's a step in the right direction. So it's more comfortable to bring in imports when you arrive at the airport and you can declare. You know, and that's good news.
Or even, you know, the shopping. I know that the shopping online,
which is a big deal.
And being able, you know, the $50 limit that has been on for so long, and it's like with cost of living adjustments and things, $50 really actually was so challenging.
Increase
that's
also
another 100% increase. So, you know, he saw some changes.
highlighting the good news. We're accentuating the positives.
Yes, and eliminating the negatives. We're latching on to the affirmatives. Don't mess with Mr. In Between.
Hey, I like it.
What is happening over here?
TK, you need to know the tune there. Give it a why not when it's the headline, please.
Let's move on so I can come out of this place. Why not Wednesday headline? March Meowness. Listen to this one, right? A library allows patrons to pay fees with cat pictures. So a Massachusetts library is allowing patrons with lost or damaged items to pay their fees with an unusual form of currency, cat pictures. The Worcester Public Library announced its March Meowness program, which runs through to the end of the month. It will allow library patrons to clear their accounts of fines if they submit a photo or drawing of a cat in place of cash. You can imagine if we do that with rent?
Me that love that.
Mortgage?
Anything. Anything we have. GPS? You imagine me showing
GPS will talk. So whether you have a cat or not even, if it's one of the big cats like a tiger or a lion, they'll be excited to see those. Worcester Public Library Executive Director Jason Homer told NBC Boston. The library said that the program was inspired when officials noticed a large number of young patrons had amassed significant fines since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so they've decided to accept those as payment.
That's funny.
I'm lobbying for the Jamaica Public Service, the National Water Commission. Who else we need?
Anywhere there may be dead. So let's do it. let's fix this economy with some cat pictures.
I say, in honor of Jamaica, I say you take mongrel dog pictures and photos.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I hope you qualify when I turn up with my friend Fancy Cat. Because that's a different kind of picture.
Michaela's laughing.
No, but that's a really interesting concept.
Yeah, I think it's just such a cool way to say, hey, we're gonna waive the fees
anyway.
You know,
So you might
but
as
if you
well
want to do this,
do something fun.
let's get you back in the
I just
library.
like it when we have all kind of headlines,
Yes, on a
including the
Wednesday.
headline.
Yes.
Headline in the headlines, yeah.
She's a
Thank you, TK.
headline
And I guess
queen
it's also an interesting way to bring people back to the
in,
library.
yes,
Which
exactly.
really and truly
Especially
is
young
what it's
people.
about.
Yeah.
It's about bringing young people back into the
Exactly.
library.
Yeah.
So people might think, oh, I never really wanted a book, but let me bring a cool cat picture in, and it probably brings them back to reading. So it's an interesting concept.
Love that. Thank you so much, TK.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Wednesday service is up next. It's a transformational testimony that you cannot miss.
It's going to be smashing.
She's a headline queen for life. Gonna control those headlines.